Sitting down on the ground, buddy. Wow. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you need to leave all carry-ons, all belongings behind on the aircraft. Please exit the aircraft slowly, carefully, one row at a time. Please leave all carry-ons on the aircraft.
Just so to give you a little information, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the plane is slanted. We're deplaning 1R with air stairs, and it's also raining outside of us. So if everyone's carrying their items down, it's going to be a hazard. It's going to get someone injured. So we need everyone to leave all carry-on items behind. Thank you so much.
What happened?
Looks like you guys made the turn too fast.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was the right run.
What's that?
I wonder if it was the right run.
All right, come on.
Yeah, you're glad to grass. So.
Thank you, buddy.
Sure thing. Careful now.
Wow. Thank you, man.
Yeah, y'all run up the road.
Glad y'all are here with us.
What's going on, everyone? Sauce here today, and from the intro, you just witnessed the United Airlines experiencing another emergency landing. All right, that video you saw from the timestamp was made March 8th, and the United airplane seems to just crash down in the landing. And this is going to highlight something very wrong with DEI. And one of the things that in this video, I'm kind of the angle I'm going with this is that DEI creates more racism, because when you put out messaging saying, hey, we're not caring about the qualifications of the individual. We care more about, or we're prioritizing more about representation, even though the pool of people who are capable of filling your role that happens to be black is really, really small, but you want representation. There's a conflict there. What gives? Which is going to give? Pick your struggle. Either you want representation or you want the most qualified people to do the job. And the problem with DEI and the problem with focusing on diversity is that it forces everyone to. Yes, DEI creates more racism. Affirmative action is racism under new management. And I don't know how many times I have to repeat this line before it sticks, but this is the truth. This is the objective facts about this stuff. And nowadays, well qualified black pilots now are having their credentials questioned by random people online because there's an assumption there, and the left has caused this, not the right. The left has caused this because the left pushes seeing color. The left pushes, without DEI, without affirmative action, black people can't make it in this country. When you see all the facts that goes contrary to what they says, craziness. The dropout rates of black students increase in college when they introduce affirmative action. When they remove affirmative action, more black students graduation rates increase because you're not setting up black students into institutions that will set them up for failure. You're not going to put a kid who's pretty smart, above average, into Harvard where he's going to fail. If he went to a regular school, he'll be valedictorian. And this is the kind of problems that a lot of these social justice type individuals do not notice about the negatives of affirmative action. So before I get into more into the story, which we have right here, I want to show you a clip of a video that's going viral right now on X. Let's take a look.
D1.
As you can see, she looks competent, like nothing. It's second nature. She looked clearly qualified. But if you look at the questioning, everyone's questioning her credentials. Oh, she was a woman. She's a black woman. Why? Because DEI is pushing the United, companies like United, they think they're doing people like her a favor by saying, oh, we're going to give you special opportunities. We're going to give you preferential treatment. The time of that is dead. It's done. We gave affirmative action 60 years and it still hasn't been able to produce anything representative in the least. If black people want more representation, it's up to black people to decide that and to do that. And to create and produce people who are qualified to do that. Just like black people are overrepresented in the NBA because we as a culture instill that, foster the abilities of individuals towards athleticism and athletics. it will be up to the black community to have that same energy towards academics to produce more people. It's not up to some government out there that doesn't take any punishment for being wrong about these things, because now our lives are at stake here. Now people are rightfully, justifiably, don't get this misconstrued. People are justifiably questioning the credentials of a lot of these people, because United is saying, hey, we want to push more of these people in these positions, even though there's not a large pool of them available. So you're not pulling from quality crop. Now, if DEI didn't exist, you think the lady in the clip I just played, will you think her credentials will ever be exposed? You think that video will ever go viral in a world without DEI? DEI is the problem. And I don't know how many times I have to speak about it. I don't know how many times black conservatives, minority conservatives, women have to speak out against this for it to just finally die. Corporate America, you're not doing yourselves any favors. But they can't help it, because in their bubble, as I just did a Chris Cuomo video with Tucker Carlson. I'm showing you examples of how the left is more the problem for why people can't have conversations, because ideas and data and research and evidence that validates a contrarian view against the supposed narrative, the dominating narrative that DEI is a good thing. They stifle the facts. They censor you. They remove you. They exclude you. They threaten you by losing your job. So you have to sit here and virtue signal, oh, look, I'm a CEO. I'm looking out. I'm trying to hire more black students out of flight school. United Airlines experienced 2 flight emergencies over the weekend, the 4th and 5th that the airline has faced in just a week. On Saturday, United Airlines flight was forced to return to Chicago on Harris International Airport after the plane oil warning signal system light up. The Federal Aviation Administration said it was launching an investigation on the incident with the Airbus A320. On Friday, United Airlines, the same company that had a CEO pushing out saying that we're focusing on DEI. You see, and the problem is he didn't help himself. When you sit here and say, hey, I'm going to go splurge my money and buy me a new Ferrari, and the next day, hey, someone broke into my house. Well, you did put the information out there, so don't react negatively when people make their assumptions, when people pick their case. Charlie Kirk was getting flack because he said, yo, I don't mean to do this, but it's not my fault because these people are judging them by race. Hey, because you're a black man, I believe you need special treatment. I believe you need a help me. You need a help. You need help. You're handicapped. You're not capable of doing the same tests and the same standards as the white people. So we're going to hold you to a different standard so we can put you in so you can get the same outcome. Make it make sense. Judge them on their merits, not their skin color. But that's exactly what DEI does. And this hypocritical notion that a lot of liberals are living in la la land, it needs to stop. Either you believe in racism or you don't. If you don't believe in racism, DEI needs to die. Sorry. It's a non-negotiable at this point. Because now people are attributing things. It could have been just, hey, a bad string of malfunctions for United Airlines. But because they put so forthright the push for diversity, now everyone's attributing all these mishaps to, oh, you put diversity quotas over merit quotas. You didn't care about the candidate's qualifications. You care about, he could kind of do the job, so just put him in. Right? Now people are questioning your hiring standards. Now people are questioning your standards. Now they want to launch investigations. Did you hire a black person to do that? Did you hire a minority? Because these people are not typically representative if DEI didn't exist. This is the problem. DEI is a faulty filtering system. It's a faulty criteria, and it needs to stop. Right? Look at all these. Look at this. This came 1 month after the wheels fell off a Delta plane in Atlanta just prior to takeoff. You people, like United, you're playing a very dangerous game. United, you're playing a very dangerous game, right? So here's a topic. I love Daily Wire for this. I'm able to just show you all the negative things that's been going on, right? Look, I have obtained internal footage revealing that the FFA plans to reduce the number of white males in aviation. Imagine if I put let's play inverse theory, because to test an idea for its consistency, you apply it into the opposite direction. If someone put out, let's say the commissioner of the NBA say, hey, we want to reduce the number of black males in the NBA. What's the first assumption you're going to make about that? Oh, most of the best athletes, 78% of your athletes come from this group. Why are you reducing the number of them? That means you're sacrificing quality to make up some arbitrary standard. DEI. Voila, DEI. See, when I apply it to something that affects the weakened group, the oppressed group, all of a sudden liberals can see logic. But then when it applies to the majority of the majority group, a group they perceive to have power, all of a sudden they making excuses. They make exceptions for this crap. The DEI rot in the airline industry is way worse than you think. United Airlines flights plummeted 28 feet after leaving New Jersey to Rome, forced to return. DEI is literally destroying United Airlines. I will never go to United Airlines plane until they rectify this stuff. And they're not the norm, right? Boeing got injured. Like there's other things. Apparently, a whistleblower from Boeing was found dead. DEI offices in Biden's VA is hostile, toxic, rampant with sexual misconduct, internal probe finds. It seems like DEI is used as a way to absolve people of a certain group from accountability, from standards, from responsibility. Oh, they're not responsible for their action. What's the root cause of crime? The root cause of crime is not that black men are committing these crimes. It's because poverty is pushing them and forcing them to do it. Huh? Like, why DEI is literally treating minority groups like helpless children. And then they wonder where black people get this idea of learned helplessness. It's because the liberals want to feel like saviors. They have the savior complex. So they want you dependent, weak, helpless, so you can come in and swoop them. This is why liberals have it in their mind, this racist idea that black people can't vote if you put voting standards, aka voter ID laws. Because they think you're a helpless, useless child. That's how the liberals look at black people and minorities. This is why they can justify pushing out DEI and this crap. The Department of Veteran Affairs office dedicated to rooting out racism and harassment in of itself is a hostile, toxic work environment with a permissive culture of rampant gossiping and innuendo, where multiple layers of top officials participated in and cover up sexual harassment, and an internal agency review concluded. At one point, a senior manager fired a mid-level manager because both men wanted to sexually harass the same employee. When a complaint was filed, a political appointee sat on it, apparently partly for racial reasons. Oh, racism. Two dudes hitting on the same woman complain about it. Oh no, it's not his fault. You know, he comes from like, come on, making excuses. And I'm tired of this. I'm tired of black people doing the same old bullcrap. Every time a black man or a black person is getting held accountable or suffer the consequences of their actions, I don't care if you think it was excessive. Oh, you think it could have been done softer. End of the day, you can't tell people how they should respond to something. If someone slapped me and I decided to deck him till he knocked the F out, hey, that's my right, because you can't tell me how I'm supposed to react from someone assaulting me. And this is the problem a lot of black people have. This is the problem with toxic black culture, is that it thinks along this line that black people are helpless because of their skin color, which is a racist idea in my eyes. And DEI is based on racism. No one can deny that. If you are a half-thinking individual, you can acknowledge that. You can see that. You can see the problem with that. But, black liberals, they're going to come in here in the comment section and make excuses. The time for excuses are over. The black community needs tough love, bro. I'm being honest with this, right? It seems to be hardly any coverage of this mass shooting. Legacy media is racist against Asians and whites, so only prints crime involving those races. 2 black men were suspected of having been arrested over a mass shooting at a bus stop that injured 8 children on March 6th. Do you know which group of people are the overrepresented in the mass shooting? It ain't white people. If you think it's white people, it's because you racist. I'm gonna start toting that line, because I got the facts here, and the facts is black men are the most prominent individuals of mass shooters. That's it. Mass shooting is if you shoot a gun and you fired it in a crowd of at least 3 or more people. That means drive-by shootings count. School shootings obviously count. Cookouts, shooting at the cookouts count. Who do that? Who commit more crimes? Black men. But if you have this assumption the same way we have an assumption about mass shooters being white, you'll be called racist for thinking that. Stereotypes is merely pattern recognition. And just because I recognize a pattern of behaviors done by a certain group of people does not make me a racist. It doesn't make anyone racist. And people are noticing a pattern of behavior that when these companies implement DEI standards, the quality of their equipment, the quality of their process, the quality of their services go down. That shows that DEI, regardless of whatever rationale or double speak these people push out in the mainstream, people know you're sacrificing merit for race. You're putting race over merit. You're seeing color. Instead of picking the most qualified person for the job, you want to pick the most qualified black person for the job. But what if the most qualified black person of the job is at the bottom 10 of the top, the bottom 10 of the most qualified people available to you? This is what's happening in the airlines industry, right? This is what's happening when DEI is applied to Harvard. In Harvard, a black student has grades that puts them in the 90th percentile. Oh, pretty smart. You're smarter than 90% of people. But the average pool for applicants that get into Harvard, they scored in the 99th percentile. That means they're better than 99% of people, including that dude that's better than the top 10%. And most of them are white and Asian. But because you want more representation, you put that guy in over an Asian. An Asian has to score, I think, 200, 300 points more than a black student to get into the same school, to have the same educational outcomes. So essentially, you making the Asian student's race, his skin color, a handicap against them. You use that against them. Affirmative action also has been proven to only benefit wealthy black families, wealthy black students, because they're the only ones that can disproportionately take advantage of affirmative action. How about that? But this is going to help the poor. It's going to help our people rise up. Yeah, right. But hey, people are going to keep rationalizing why they continue following DEI. I won't. I'm going to be the number one critic of DEI because this crap got to stop. It's creating prejudice. It's creating racism. DEI is becoming the very thing it's claiming to fix. DEI is racism. And if you believe in DEI, hey, you're a racist. You admit, if you support DEI, you are a racist. It's undeniable at this point. Because with all the facts, with all the evidence, with all the anecdotal examples, the countless examples that DEI is being attributed to the lack of quality that's going on in these airplane industries, you have to remove it. It's like an experiment. If you want to know if something's the cause, remove it out of the equation. Remove DEI. We tried DEI for 60 years, and it has not worked. It's done nothing but brought negativity, set up many blacks for failures. Because you don't get no honor of dropping out of an Ivy League college. It's either you pass, either you got a degree or you don't. And in a system that's pushing you into a school where you're set up to fail, where you can't keep up with the work, but it makes those people, oh, look, we feel so good about ourselves. We got the representation. We're so diverse. Schools over hiring people over their representation, creating racial quotas for fields where there's not enough black applicants to actually realistically fulfill the quota. Make it make sense. DEI is garbage, and I'm tired of it. But I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me in the comment section. I would like to hear your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I really like to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.